Goblins, please. He has a level 20 character already.
Does he really? Good for him. All right, let me share the map with you guys. This should look vaguely familiar. All right.
Crap, we're out of the caves. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. So for those who weren't here last time.
I missed last time.
Yeah, so just a recap. You guys have finally escaped the Goblin Cave. You sort of parted way with the prisoners via them saying, any last questions? No. See ya. And they split. So they're gone. And that leaves you at the sort of exit of the cave. You don't, as you recall too late, you don't know the way home. You're sort of lost in the woods. When we were last here, you guys did do some perception check. You heard what sounded like some big game, some rutting, some maybe elk, maybe deer, you don't know, sort of off to the northwest, and picked up the sounds of what sounds like maybe goblins. You guys have not been spotted. You're not in combat, but you hear the sounds of what might be sort of scurrying around. You wager that these are sort of outlier goblins who may have been out when all hell broke loose in their cave system. They may be out doing their normal due diligence, and they may just be passing through. You don't know. That sort of leaves you here. Any questions or comments before we get to rolling?
I have one. Are we on the bank of a river?
Yeah, so you are on the bank of a river.
Okay. And does anyone recall where the goblin sounds were coming from? What direction?
I thought west, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so they were coming from one second. They were coming from they were coming from the south. They were coming from sort of the northwest, sort of where you were hearing what sounded like elk or deer, and then maybe sort of the southeast. And again, nothing. It sounds like probably goblins. Just sort of the muttering and the footsteps. You guys are very familiar with that. But really, not too much. Not too much to say, honestly. So you guys don't know completely what direction to go. However, you guys did do an investigation check, and you saw that some footprints led off to the west.
I remember us talking about needing to roll some dice before this round, an initiative check or something.
Yeah, that's if we end up in combat. That is absolutely 100% correct.
But why were we going to do it last week then? Or last time?
Just in case. So I think that is probably the plan for this time as well. So why don't you guys go ahead and roll for initiative? But I wanted to give you guys a chance to just sort of ask any questions about last time. So that was your question, and it is accurate. You want me to do the roll for initiative group thing?
Sure.
All right.
Are any of us encumbered?
The plan to head back to town? I thought the farmers were supposed to pay us for saving all their people.
No, the farmers never promised you anything. It was the guards that promised you, I believe 10 gold.
10 gold?
Or maybe it was 50 gold. I have to take a look.
Pittance.
How do I silence Adam?
Right-click over him and turn him down.
Ah, I see.
Pretty handy. I am missing your roll, Glory.
Oh, because I'm deaf right now. Oh, okay.
Am I making you deaf as well?
No, I can't hear you, and then everybody else is like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to not go deaf. All right.
Do not go deaf. All right, so we got that. So now let me go ahead and roll the initiatives for any potential peoples. All right.
Say that one more time.
All right, so I rolled initiative for anyone that you might run into. So, anything that you want to do, or know, or
Yeah,
say?
get out. Get out of the ravine.
Well, we want to cross the river, right?
Oh,
And I'm wondering, so we need to figure out how to cross the river because that's to the east where the footsteps are going. And then also we need to figure out, so how do we get across the river? What device do we use? And is there a way that we could like have some sort of like protective shield or some sort of like someone on watch as people cross?
Did the footsteps that went off to the west?
Oh,
I'm
west
sorry,
or
it was
east?
to the east.
Oh,
Yeah,
to the
east.
east. Did they just disappear into the water, or
Yeah, they did.
can
They
I
sort
see
of-
anything across the bank?
So they disappeared into the water, clearly crossing the stream, and you can see from sort of where you're standing that this is maybe ankle to calf high.
I
Is someone listening to music? Do you guys hear that, or is that just me?
oh,
I
sorry.
hear the music. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
it-
That's a
here's
kid.
some jams.
Can't
now.
hear anything.
It just can't be copyrighted music, otherwise I'll get in trouble.
How tall are the cliffs? Are they climbable or?
They are climbable. So they're probably, it's the height of the cave entrance, which was about 15 feet plus another 5, so about 20 feet. And as you can see, there's footholds. It looks like they've been climbed up and down pretty regularly. You want to take a peek up? One of you guys?
I want to get back and get our 10 gold, and I'm sure Alexandria would like to get some food. She's been stuck in a cave for who knows how long. So
I've got a good place for some great blueberry scones.
I say we cross
And
the
a
river.
I'm ready to break my very long intermittent fast.
Yeah, I say we cross the river where we saw the footsteps go, and just hopefully we could see more footsteps and just keep following the footsteps along the way.
Yeah. I
Sounds
have
good.
plenty of food for you, Alexandria, if you're hungry.
So as you,
Wait, sorry, how are we following the footsteps through the river? I don't understand.
so you see,
We know they're going east.
yeah, you
right?
saw the footprints going into the river,
Yeah.
and your gut tells you that they probably just crossed the river. You can't see across on the other side yet, but that is what you're wagering. So, what's the play, my friend?
Let's well, do you guys think we need some way to get across the river, or do you guys think that we should just go for it? I think the only person that might have an issue is our little gnome friend Stefanos. So someone will have to carry Stefanos over, I'm imagining.
Well,
So-
I'm assuming if the
Yeah.
kids cross, she should be able to cross too.
Yeah, she'd be fine. As I
Okay.
said, it's anywhere from ankle to calf deep, so that gives it probably waist deep for her. So she'll be fine.
Okay, how about I say we have one person stay behind as the majority of everyone goes across, just in case somebody starts attacking us as we're crossing or as we're climbing up, and then that person will come after, and then we'll be able to watch that person or that group as they go.
Are you volunteering?
I'll stay back. It's fine.
All right.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
Let's see. I
You got
have
like bolts and
spells.
stuff.
Yeah, I got like bolts. I mean, if a
I'll
ranger.
cross the river first.
I can hang back. I've got a longbow.
You want to do that with armor on, Dinjarin?
Yeah, I have magical armor, so
So it
don't
floats.
ask how I got it. Well,
Cool.
again, it's
Okay,
only
so
ankle
Tyros and Glory
calf
will
deep.
stay back.
I'm pretty sure I should be okay.
Okay. I'd check. If you feel good about it, I feel good about it.
Although it's weird, it's like the world ends, and I just see black out of certain, like I can't even see trees or anything. So
You can't
sorry, no, I'm joking because it's just a square area that we can see, and so across the river, it's a black void. I don't see anything else.
So as you guys are standing there, sort of starting to make your way to the shore, you hear,
Don't move. Do not move. You're at risk of being spotted. You all look lost.
Who's there?
I'm out gathering herbs, and I've hidden in these trees. I'm right above you.
Do you know the way back to the town?
Which town?
Balon?
Blonde.
Blonde?
Blonde.
Okay,
I
so then
do.
that means we need to save some more people need to stay back because if we need to either go into combat and kill the people so that we can cross, or we need to like
Do
be
you-
strategic about
what-
this.
What's your name, whoever you are?
Flagmore. I'm a healer.
Igmore? A
Flagmore.
healer?
Flagmore the
Flagmore?
healer. Yes, I'm a healer.
Oh, you're a healer? Name every spell.
What?
Ooh.
It's just a meme. Ignore me.
That sounds
do
like
you
a coffee shop.
do you suggest we hide right now?
No, I think if you're trying to get to Phelan. No, you said Phelan?
Yes.
Phelan? Yeah. I don't know of that town specifically, but I can get you to Grace.
Okay. How are we gonna get our money in Grace?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
someone
Maybe
there
the
would
people
probably-
at Grace will have a map to the other town. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will make it worth your time.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
so what else are we gonna do? We're gonna just trust some voice in a tree? Sure. Okay, let's do this.
all right,
Well,
so hold
there's
on one
one
second.
of the voice and several of us.
I made deals with dragons. I'm not afraid of a voice in a tree.
Yeah,
Come
and
on.
look where that got us. Okay, so
So we're one party member down. That's okay. Whatever. That's okay.
so what was the suggestion that we lay low or cross the river?
From the yeah. So what he had suggested is that you guys climb the wall, and there's a road above, and he felt that. I don't know if I said that. Well, let's go back into character.
If you climb the wall, there's a road that heads off to the east, and it should be out of eyeshot of the 3 goblins that are across the river and to the west. There are a couple of elk, walking around. Don't let them spook you. But you should be pretty good if you go up this wall and to the east. We can chat more once.
Okay,
you're
why
out.
don't? All
Are
right,
you
why
wanting
doesn't
us-
Tempe and
wanting us-
Dejarin?
I could do it. My character's not on the map.
Oh, it's not.
I could climb. No, he's
Nope.
not.
I can also fly.
Well, I have slippers of climbing that I've attuned to, so I could easily climb up.
Tempe,
I'm
are you on the
nervous
map
that if
now?
you fly,
You're nervous that if I fly.
that they'll spot you and shoot an arrow at you. Versus if you climb, you
No,
might be able to.
I don't see Tempe.
I can.
Still,
Hi, Rose.
by
Go ahead.
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying, Tempe, because you inadvertently created another character and it sort of jacks some stuff up. So hold on, let me.
All right.
Get you into the combat tracker. Are you in the combat tracker? You are now. Is anyone else not on the map other than Tempe?
I'm on the map, but I have
there he is.
Alexandria highlighted.
You have,
Okay, he showed up.
yeah, it's
There I am.
Alexandria's turn, technically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, so here's the deal. He's suggesting you guys, climb this wall and sort of hide behind those bushes up above you.
I said
he's there right now.
I would say we do it. He's at the very least we know he's some sort of expert of this forest, which is far better than any of us. And unless he's some sort of giant troll creature to try to convince all of us, who just
Wait, can I roll an insight check
You sure can.
on if he's lying?
Yep.
that's a good question.
Very good question.
Insight. All right.
Oh, so close.
Oh God.
Yeah. No. So
Well-
you're okay. It only needed to be above 10. Alrighty. That was. I don't know if who was saying that, but I'm guessing that was not Curtis. So Alexandria, it's good enough. So he seems honorable. You get the feeling that he's telling the truth, and that he's in the middle of some critical mission, and is slightly stressed out.
My gizzard vibrates with trust for this person.
Oh boy. I won't go there.
Look,
Uh,
I'm tired. I want to get and sleep on a nice bed. Let's just trust this guy, get to the next
Yep.
town, and figure out from there.
all right.
Yep.
So Dinjarin, go ahead.
So I'm going to move you guys one at a time, sort of out of the way. He indeed was trustworthy. From your vantage point up, you have not, from this path, you did not experience any goblin trouble. And you do see him. He's an older short human. He's within the weeds. And Curtis, can you mute for a second? This one you're not chatting. He's within this group of bushes, sort of hiding out, and he has this bundle of herbs. And he doesn't know his way exactly to where you're going. He assumes it's roughly the same direction. But he's asking you guys if you will take this bundle of herbs to Grace. It's some medicines that's supposed to help a sick child in this city. And he said the parents aren't particularly wealthy, but at a minimum, it'll help you maybe find your way back to your town. Maybe some good deed, or maybe some good stuff will happen in this town. In this town of Grace. He tells you it's just it's a small. It was a farming community, and it's sort of not grown much over the years. It's a charming little place.
Like Balto.
What's that?
Like our mission is Balto. Anybody else watch Balto as a kid?
No idea what you're talking about. But your Spidey sense says that making your way back to the city to collect your 10 gold is interesting journey. But there might be something more interesting in this little town of Grace, where Dinjarin, you could also get some sleep, do what you need to do.
I'm for doing it. No
Let's do
poor
it.
child should have to die of illness. Rich children maybe, but
Right, so
poor
we need to
children have
check-
suffered enough.
So who
We
wants
need
to hand?
to check the herbs first to make sure it's not cocaine or something.
Well,
Right, so-
can
so
I
who-
investigate the herbs?
Sure.
I'm not going to be made a mule.
Right, go ahead. Roll an investigation check. Actually, roll a nature check. I think that would be the one you would look at.
Nature. There you are.
Yeah, it'd be nature.
Oh my god.
To you, this just looks like a clump of weeds. You can
Does
also,
anyone
maybe
else
we
have good
have
nature?
You can
Stefano
also-
do a nature check.
yes. Anyone want to do it? Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Yeah, I can run one.
Thank goodness for Stephanos. Your healer
Yeah.
knows herbs. So these are you see a collection of herbs in this bundle, and what you know about this is that these herbs have come from many places. This isn't like he's just gathering herbs here. He came here specifically for some herbs, for some specific herbs for this bundle. You can't quite make out what this would be healing, but you can tell that it is indeed medicine.
But can you
Sorry.
decipher what different kinds of herbs they are, so that if we ever needed to make the bundle ourselves, could we document it and save it?
Yeah, you could sketch them up and take some notes. In general, I think that you're maybe overthinking it a bit. But
Okay.
these
Never
are
mind.
Why
Let's
is-
just go.
these are
Let's just
I
healer
got a
go.
question.
Why is he hiding in the trees?
because of the goblins.
Why are you hiding in the tree? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you
Let's
going to
just
come
go
back
to
with
the-
us? Or
I was out gathering
you
these
staying?
herbs, and then I saw the goblins, and I went to the trees, and then I thought, I thought I was doomed at first because I saw, I heard a whole group of people emerging from the caves, and just, thank the gods you were not goblins.
are you coming back to the city with us, or are you just going to give us the directions to the city?
I will give you the bundle. I will give you the directions, and I will do my best. I will do my best to gather up some gold from the townfolk who are all rallying behind this child. It is a very poor community, but we will do our best to make it worth your time. But I will not be able to meet you there right now. I will have to meet you there.
Seems
All right.
pretty trustworthy of a group of people you just met, but sure. Let's just go to the town and give this
Let's
kid
do
his
it.
herbs.
I have to tell you, I find goodness in others wherever I can, and this is the holiday season, right? We're approaching Christmas, so
Clearly, he rolled a low initiative.
I'm
So-
fine carrying this package even without a gold payment if it's a poor community.
so
I
what
don't
is
know
your
how the
name?
rest of you feel.
What is your name,
Yeah.
kind sir? What is your name?
Yeah, I'm down.
My name is Tyros.
Good to meet
Well,
you, Tyros.
now.
Here is this bundle, and let me. I've sketched up some quick directions. The good news is that the roads to Grace, while it's a bit of a journey, are safe. I don't expect you'll experience much trouble. It does get a little cold in Grace, but you should be fine. Looking at the way.
Oh, have him write down the name of the kid. The name of the kid. So that we give
Yeah.
it to the right
Also,
person.
what's his name?
I honestly don't know the child's name, but you can meet. But the directions are to the apothecary that is there.
All
What's
right.
your
And-
name?
Let's
Igor,
really
right?
quickly
Yes.
Igor?
take a quick step back on this
Beldor.
gold situation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyros may not necessarily speak for the entire group. We would still
Let's
like
just
to
go.
get a little something for food and refreshment.
Hey, listen, Dinjarin.
Look,
We'll meet you there.
I'll give you a couple of gold if that's what you're really all about.
on my person, I have but 3 gold, and they are yours if it will save this child's life.
Wait, can you give us directions to the nearest rich and trusting person?
Well, I will say this: listen, there's a lot of lovely things about Grace, but there is one Lord in Grace.
Okay.
Who has
Is this like a
actually-
nice lord? Or like an eat the rich lord?
This lord, we'll just say this lord hoards the town money.
Will the Lord grace us?
You might
Go
you
kill
might
this lord.
Yeah, let's kill the lord. Let's
All right,
let,
we're on a
let's
mission.
feast on his
Deliver the
bones.
as a man of healing, I would never encourage the death of another. Although I think you will find favor among the townfolk in this plan. But I encourage you to have an open mind and always listen.
We're simply going to reappropriate his private property.
Let's
Redistribute it.
Let's go give the kid this medicine, get some food, and we'll figure out what we want to do from there.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Well, may
All
your
right, let's
God
do it.
bless you on your journey and keep you safe.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Igor.
Ed.
We'll make sure that the child gets the medicine.
So you see him
And
sort
just,
of, you see him hunker down, right, and just sort of like maintain his place. He's it seems like he's probably going to continue to gather and maybe head to town with additional herbs in the future. Any last questions before you guys take your journey?
Is there anything else you think we should know?
Are you talking to me, the DM, or are you talking to the...
No, I'm talking to our fine friend, Igor.
Not really. I will say, the town was called Grace because of its beauty and grace, but over time it has really fallen from grace, to be perfectly honest with you. I think you will find a welcoming group of townfolk. You will see the divide in poverty versus wealth played out right in front of you. But first and foremost, help this child.
Other
let's
than
do
helping
it.
the child, is there any one person we should talk to afterwards in the town that you suggest
We
we
can learn.
speak with?
The apothecary. So you know, the doctor, the healer of the town. He's a friend of mine. I'm not actually from Grace itself, right? I'm
Got it.
just trying to help my friend out. But I will say he's a good person, and if indeed I don't make it there, leave your forwarding address, and I will ensure that we take care of you as much. Again, like I try to find the good in people, and I try to do right. And I cannot thank you enough for taking on this journey. Delivering this package doesn't seem like much, but it's going to mean something very very grand for now.
Right.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. And during our travels, you all should look up Balto.
All right. So the good news is you guys leave this map and you're out of the Goblin Cave and you're on a surprising journey. So let me unshare this map with you. Let me clear the combat tracker because
Can we roll to bond while we're walking to become closer as friends?
wouldn't hurt.
I didn't know you had to roll for that.
Is
So-
there charisma? Do we have charisma or no?
So let me pull up where you're going to be. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share this image. Exciting stuff because it is heading your way. So welcome to Grace.
I
is
was
the
going
town
to
of
ask
Grace.
if it was going to be snowing.
Nice.
It is snowing. As he mentioned, it's chilly, but there's this image doesn't do it justice. There's far more snow than is led to believe. And as you approach the town, what you do see is that indeed there's a divide. There's farmers, and then there's wealth. Like clearly this lord of this town, surrounded by a walled garden in a multi-story giant home mansion, if you will. Off to the right there. Now, while you're on your journey, I did not see anything that should cause alarm. You experienced nothing. It was a very straightforward journey to Grace. He gave you crystal clear directions right to the front door. Now, what I need on my side is just a few moments to get y'all acclimated.
We should have killed an elk and brought it with us and brought it to the bar and said, feast.
All right, you ready to roll? Now, this is what you call winging it in GM world. This was something I decided to do last night. All right, so you
Is
did
anyone
indeed.
getting the sense of a snow globe?
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense. Give me one more second. There we go. All right, so you guys come to Grace, right? It's a snowed-in town spreading out around a steep hill at its center. You guys arrive, and you're going to deliver the package of herbs to the town physician, the apothecary. It's very late at night, maybe 10:30 p.m. Right? But the instructions that you got, from your new friend were to deliver the medicine immediately upon arrival. All right. So you do share a record. You guys should now all be seeing some stuffs. Let me add you guys to. Can you guys see the image, or is it black?
Black.
Black right now.
Yeah.
The street.
Let me bring you guys onto the map. So, Stephanos, Icarus,
There we go. Now I see.
Glory,
Somebody's frozen.
Alexandria. Are you seeing stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are these Thingies.
Wait, you are seeing south?
We are, yeah.
Yeah,
Should it-
like
should it be hidden?
skeletons or something.
No.
Oh, that's not good.
I
That is
feel like we
Well, we're
might be attacked
trapped.
fairly soon.
that is not
You wanna
even
s-
for that is not even for now. Just so you know.
Oh.
That's some future.
You
thing
guys,
that-
I just got a sinking suspicion that the Lord has like skeleton guards or something. I don't know, like a
Maybe.
premonition.
That premonition.
Maybe we would have been better off with the goblins.
All right, let's turn around.
I'll wipe that from my mind. I didn't see the skeleton horde or whatever those were.
All right, so now you're not seeing anything, right?
Yeah, just
Except
the
for us in
town.
the street. Yeah.
Cool. This is what happens when you do things last minute. All right, so you knock on the door of a small house, causing snow to crumble off the frame as it rattles into the empty night. You hope you have the right place. Your instructions were to deliver the package first thing, no matter the hour. The directions were spotty at best, but the bundle of rare herbs are for a particularly sick child, so here you are. After a pause, the door is opened by a man who is clearly worn down by difficulty, but who smiles at your kindness. He has rosy cheeks. And my stuff is not suddenly working. There it is.
Yes, welcome. Good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you. So he says,
Oh, hello. You must be delivering the physician's order. I'm Mr. Cratchit, but simply call me Bob. Please come right in.
inside is a cramped home that has clearly been worn down over the years by use and love. Multiple children turn to stare at you as you shuffle inside, all except for a small boy who is slurping soup and sitting between his mother and an elderly man with a white beard. The elder rises and greets you.
Did you travel through the night to get here? Very, very kind. I'm indebted to you.
He takes the bundle, hands over a small bag of coins. So you do indeed get paid. Everyone add 2 copper pieces to your inventory, if you will. And he confides under his breath to you.
Sadly, I fear these will not be of much use now. Poor Timothy has only gotten worse, and it might be beyond what can help. We might help dry plants from the last harvest can do.
Mrs. Cratchit raises a hand, to push back some errant hairs. Uh-oh, my stuff's not working. You must be exhausted. Would you like some soup? She says. And here's where you find yourself.
We trust this lady with the soup.
Helping little Timothy Cratchit, who is ailing.
I don't think we should eat their soup.
No.
I
Insight
feel
check
like it
on
should
the
be
soup?
for the children.
Ask them where the tavern is.
okay.
We need lodging for the night. Where might we find that in this town of Grace?
Can you guys hear me?
Now.
Now, yep.
Okay.
We didn't hear any.
They said, you're welcome. You're welcome to stay here. We haven't much, but you must be weary from the night. At this hour, inns are likely closed. But we have some spare rooms. Some spare rooms upstairs, and to provide you with blankets and what comforts we have.
Cool. We want to stay here.
Is he contagious?
You mean little Timothy?
Good question.
It's a pandemic, like just in case. Don't want an outbreak.
No, he's not contagious. He's just very sick.
He doesn't have tuberculosis. Got it.
He's his growth has been a bit stunted. Hence they call him Tiny Tim. He has a hard time walking and hobbling about.
I feel like we should get out of this town before midnight. I don't know why. I think things are going to go down at midnight.
gonna be good.
Do you guys want to go to the outskirts of town?
No,
Or
I
do you
think
guys
we
want to
just
stay here? Okay.
Yeah, let's just stay here and rest.
What day is this? What are we like on Christmas Eve or some like can I do a roll for like I want to know if there's like a folklore or like a holiday meaning like something happens at the turn of the hour. Like can we have a conversation with these people about expectations?
Ask away.
Okay. So how are you guys doing? Like, are you guys expecting, like, I don't know. How do you ask that question?
What are the church bells ringing mean,
Well,
folks? Tiny Tim.
yeah. So so your GM jumped ahead. He expected you guys to move on, and you didn't. So you could ignore those. I'm sure you'll hear them again shortly.
I got a sense maybe we just bounce. Can you point us into the direction of the big house? We would like to have a conversation with the lord of this town.
Yeah. I can easily.
This time of night.
I'm sure he'll be accommodating.
That's fair. Can I talk to Tim really quickly before we go? Is he available to speak?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I go up to Tim and I say, you're very small. One might say tiny. Life's gonna be tough for you. So you really have to be tough, and you gotta get people before they can get you. And I hand him my knife as a gift.
You gave a child a weapon?
Yeah.
It's so hard to be what's the child gonna use? His fist?
I'm liking this Alexandria. Got a good
Wait, which
mindset
knife?
there.
Which knife?
Not
Are you
the
giving
fancy
the
knife. No,
Okay.
the other knife, like a random knife.
We
A
still
good
need to
starter
investigate
knife.
that knife.
No, like a starter knife for a kid, like a my first knife Fisher Price kind of deal.
Starter knife.
Wait, so but I
pocket
still
knife.
need to investigate that dagger with you. So don't think I've
Yes.
forgotten that. Okay.
No, okay, that's it. I just wanted to pay my respects.
The knife.
Can you guys hear me? You can, right?
Now I can.
And now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. So wonky stuff is happening. Anyway, so little tiny Tim is like, oh, thank you. I would never do harm to others though, and although life is hard, I think we bring goodness into our lives ourselves.
I do have a question for the parents. Is there anything we should be aware of in this town? I mean, we know the person we found who gave us the herbs said there is a clear divide, but is there, how accommodating is the town? Are most of the town to strangers?
Oh, it's a lovely town full of good people. In the Morrow, you'll hear Christmas carols and singing, and children playing, and all of the joys of Christmas Day. But alas, it is nighttime. Now, I will say that you seem interested in speaking to Mr. Scrooge, and we'll just say that his heart is not as big and as warm as the townfolk. One could go as far as to say is that he's often sort of taken from us and kept for himself. Now, he doesn't waste it on extravagance. He just collects the money and keeps the money and hoards the money and holds the money.
Where does he hold the money?
I have no idea.
Are the streets safe to
brainwashed?
travel by at night?
As far as I know, I to be fair, I don't spend much time late at night on the streets. But again, it's a good. If there's any shenanigans, it will come from outside of the townfolk of Grace.
Okay.
So
Darn, what do you want to talk to the Scrooge about? Because you can't tell him how to run his country.
So as you guys are talking, as you talk with your host, You hear the town's church bells. They begin to ring. The hour is late, but the bitter wind carries with it a strange sound over the snow. Each chime of the bell is echoed by the clattering of what sound like chains dragged across a wooden floor.
The ghost of Christmas past, ghost of Christmas future, and the ghost of Christmas present.
So you're hearing it outside. So you guys are, despite the map, you guys had made your way into the home, and
you wouldn't happen to know what that odd sound that sounds sort of like chains on wood would be? Have you heard these sounds before? I'm asking our hosts, by the way.
What sounds are you? I have heard no sounds.
You were brainwashed.
I guess it's my elven ears. I must have really good ears. Well,
is there any way that we can break the trance that they're in?
Are you
what trance are you speaking about? What?
Well, I'm not talking to the person. I'm talking to my DM. Is there I want to know how to.
You should ask them. What are they? Have they been entranced by anybody?
We're not going to do
What if
that.
they don't know?
Well, you'd have to roll it. So if you want to know if there's any magics at play, roll. You need to roll an Arcana check.
Okay, that's what I want. So. All right.
Nothing. They're just not hearing what you're hearing. But out the window, you see what appears to be this figure, this ghostly figure with chains, just sort of like staring in your general direction, just sort of like expectantly waiting for you.
Oh, does someone want to go out there and have a little chat?
Oh crap! No.
Don't kill it. Just talk to it.
No.
Someone with like high charisma.
Chob followed me. There's no way I'm going out there. That's Chob, I bet.
To be fair,
So
you could find out if it is Chob.
You know what? I'll go have a conversation with it. I have very high charisma.
All right. So are you guys? I assume you're all going out.
No, just in Jarin.
Just in Jarin.
Just in Jarin.
All right, then, Jarin.
I see you through the window. That's cool.
So, as you head outside, you see a pale, translucent man appear at the edge of the light, sort of from the light streaming in from the window. He wears a heavy coat wrapped tightly around him with a great chain that fans out in the snow and darkness. He slowly raises his gaze from the ground until your eyes meet before he begins to speak. You have done... This is where I wish my stuff worked. You have done a good thing this night, but more is needed. So much more before the night is done.
Oh.
What is needed?
So the church bells, continue to toll as he says, "My name was Jacob Marley. I knew Lord Ebenezer in life, and I committed with him every misbegotten act of greed and malice. As recompense, I now wear this chain I forged in life. I made it link by link, deed by deed." So his eyes turn back to you, and he seems to sort of solidify. It's too late for me, but perhaps not for him. He has prepared for many years to slip the noose of old age and become immortal. But to do so will cost both his soul and the town of Grace far more than the simple chains that bind me. Yet there's still a chance for grace. For tonight, Scrooge will be visited upon by 3 spirits. For his sake, he must hear what they have to say. But there are dark creatures who want to claim Scrooge's soul. If left to their own devices, they will undo the spirit's work. You and your party must find a way into Scrooge's bedchamber before the final stroke of midnight. There you will encounter the spirits and must push back whatever foul beings show themselves. This is the only hope left for Scrooge and Grace.
Question. Am I the only one? Because I'm the only one who went outside. Am I the only one hearing what he's saying, or can others hear?
No, others can hear. So, I mean, it's like they're at the window, is my assumption, sort of seeing what's happening, hearing what he says. Now, as he speaks his final words, his body begins to fade. The distant church bells toll the 11th stroke. That is the final bell that reverberates through the streets. The ghost dissolves like smoke, blown away by the echo. You gaze upon the snowy street, and you can see the Lord's Manor sitting atop the hill at the center of grace as the final bell fades into night.
Wait, so what time is it? We have an hour?
You have an hour to get to his bedchamber.
Well,
All right, let's hit it.
We need
Let's
to
go,
make this
let's go.
quick. So this is my
to go to sleep.
suggestion. This is my suggestion. I think one person should kind of, since we have to be really quick about this, I think one person should lead, and we all just kind of follow that one person's thing. Because if we sit and talk too much, then we'll run out of time. So we should find one person who has a vision and that has an idea and who can make decisions, and then we just all just go with it. What do you guys think of that?
I could be that person. I say we just hunker down for the night, go to sleep. Whatever happens, happens.
I was gonna say we should either Tyros or
what?
You
or
seem to have a
Icarus.
vision. Or
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna offer myself. If you guys think I should do it, then I would love to do it. But
cats have night vision, right?
yeah,
Maybe
Icarus, do you want to lead us? Make the
I
decision.
believe I have the best night vision though. I have 120 dark vision.
Wait, I'm confused. Why, not to be that person, but like, why is this our problem again?
See?
Okay,
Icarus,
maybe-
don't you agree?
okay.
We
Wait,
just
I
go to
don't
sleep.
really care about like saving his immortal soul, but he's very rich, so we might as well like go in there, and then if the opportunity arises, perhaps like plunder his wealth.
You know what?
So
I think we
There,
should
just to kill
head.
him, like,
We do need to find our way back to Flan, so I think we go help, take care of whatever we need. He may even be willing, if we help him, to pay for our way back and provide us with some, something as a reward for helping his immortal soul.
So he
You
is
know,
We're
rich.
also saving the whole town for the.
There's some
Yeah,
see,
I
there's
mean-
something for everyone. We can start
There's-
walking
yeah.
and discuss the specifics on the way.
Right, let's go, guys. What?
So you've now burnt up about 5 minutes of your hour.
Which way is the
We're heading to the town. We're heading
Yeah.
to Scrooge. Let's go.
So
Yeah.
you push
You wanna-
towards Scrooge's manor, street by street. Falling snow fills in your tracks behind you as you skirt around, a large angel fountain in the center of the market square. Now, can you guys look at your main tabs and tell me if anyone has a passive perception greater than, say, 14?
Is that
I think
mine is 14.
okay. I think Tempe
Where's-
is as well.
perception?
It's
Yeah, where is that?
perception, PERC.
In abilities?
Yeah,
in,
mine
your,
was
main.
in your main tab.
I have 12.
Yeah, so basically,
11.
passive perception is what your
17.
Yeah, so your perception just by default. That's right. So how knowing you are. All right, so 17. So that's good. Cool. So, the snow is at least a foot thick here. You almost don't notice, but the angel fountain appears to be broken. In fact, most of the buildings you pass look like they are in need of repairs underneath this blanket of beautiful lights. After more trudging through the snow, you eventually reach the road to the hill that leads up to Scrooge's house. Ahead of you, the street shines with fresh snow and begins to climb back and forth in switchbacks. As you draw near, though, you realize it's not snow glistening, but ice. The streets look less like a road and more like a frozen river, running from the top of the hill to the very bottom.
Does Alexandria, do you want to begin flying up to the manor and see if you
Yeah.
can't get there first?
All right, yeah. I'll
And then the
take
rest of
flight
us will
and
try
go on
the
ahead.
ice. Yeah.
are there any lampposts along the street that we can hold on to as we make our way down?
There are. So,
Also,
yeah.
maybe if anyone has like a sword, they could like stick it in, like as they're going, kind of like a pick.
All right.
I have slippers for stickiness, so I'm going to use those. But Alexandria, do you want to go ahead and fly up there?
I'll fly ahead.
Okay.
All right. So let me give you some more narrative. So as you near the hall or the hill, a wall of ice sits in your way. A horse-drawn coach sits at the base of the hill. The empty harness hanging frozen in the air. The ice has flowed over it, leaving a small mountain of blue pooling in the middle of the street. So this water has rushed down and all but frozen into almost like a big wave. Now, Alexandria, you can fly past. And
I'll do that.
So, are you going on your own?
Can I do it stealthily? Can I like kind of conceal myself in the falling snow as I fly?
Yep, you can. I just need you to roll a stealth check.
All right.
Wow.
Nat 20, baby. I'm invisible.
All right, so
the snow.
You fly ahead. So after pulling yourself over this massive ice, you look up on the sort of first stretch of street, and find it sort of mercifully smooth. You can hear the crunching of snow, on a roof close to a shop as you sort of pass, and you look up to see that some shingles are falling. The good news is they're not actually falling towards you; they're just sort of falling by you because you're flying.
Does anyone have like a fire spell and want to like work on melting the ice wall while I'm going ahead so you can catch up?
I am resistant.
So I've heard many. So I want to understand, so Alexandria, you're now, let's say, a block ahead on your own.
Okay.
Right? Do you want to push further?
Okay, let me hover here for a second. I'll push further. In the meantime, though, are the other players like trying to pass through the wall to catch up?
Well, I don't know. So while Alexandria's up ahead, what's the rest of you doing?
Oh, we need to. I put on my slippers, my sticky slippers, and I can try going ahead first. Otherwise, if everybody wants to kind of just start walking and see what happens, with the idea that Alexandria is going to try to get to the castle as quick as possible as we navigate walking.
So can you roll an athletics check for me with your slippers?
Everyone?
No, just you, because you wanted to use your slippers.
If they're the spider slippers, you can't use them on ice. Because I have those same slippers, but they don't work on slippery, icy surfaces.
So she rolled her athletics check. You would have needed a 20 or better to have any benefit whatsoever. And what you actually notice is it actually seems slicker.
Okay.
As a cat, well, in my inventory, I have claws. Can I use my claws?
You sure can.
Okay.
Roll an athletics check. Well, let me ask you this: you guys are making your way. Is your goal to walk up? What are you going to do with the rest of the party? They on their own?
Well, we need to get to the castle and see what our situation is. We need to see if there's any guards. We need to see if there's a light on. Maybe we can have Alexandria look through windows and find the bedroom. Like, we all just need to get up to the castle. So in the meantime, Alexandria needs to go and investigate and find the bedroom. And if she can get in and start protecting him as the ghosts come in, that's great. And then we can all just kind of find our way up there.
Agreed.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But if Alexandria spots danger, she needs to fly back to us to report it, right? So doesn't she have to make it back?
We're just trying to get up, trying to get there as quickly as possible.
Right, but if Alexandria sees guards or something, if we all climb over, then
she has a stealth of 28. So right now, I guess she's kind of invisible. So I'm trying to use that as a way to get her to just do some investigation. Hopefully, we can get up to the castle so that she doesn't have to fly back.
Yeah,
right.
We don't seem to have a means to get up the hill.
From her investigation if she doesn't fly back?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear
I
you.
feel like if there's anything that's important for you guys to know, I'll fly back. And if it's like all clear, I won't fly back.
Okay.
Great.
So, okay, so what's your final plan?
So we are trying to walk up through the ice, but Alexandria is going to go and try to find the bedroom and do some investigations to see. And we can meet her at the front gate of the castle.
All right, so Alexandria, you fly ahead, and you notice on the big clock tower that it's about a quarter after at this point. You don't get all the way to the home. What you do is you get to this large wall, and you see that this large wall is surrounding the manor, and there seems to be a guard in a guard room and a locked gate. And while you can fly, the rest of your party is sort of landlocked. And you think to yourself, this is something they're going to want to know because this may burn up some time. You guys, you think you need to get these
Getting
guys
through the
up
locked
this hill.
gate.
Yeah, you need to get them to the
could
gate.
Because you think I think it's gonna take a long time for them to get there.
Yeah, you know that you're time bound, right? And thinking back on actually, can you roll? Can you roll for me a history check?
Okay.
I want everyone to know that if we had a summoning ability or summoned a dragon.
That's not bad.
All right,
So
you reflect on the conversation that you heard with Marley, and you realize that for this to work, you all have to be in the bedchamber, the whole party.
Okay. So let me get this straight. The issue is that there's a locked gate at the top of the hill, but I surmise that the biggest problem will be getting everyone up the hill in time. Is that it?
Yeah, you surmise that you have 45 minutes. There's an icy switchback, right? You were pretty much beeline focused on getting to the gate. Didn't do a lot of investigating along the way. On your way back to talk to them, you might want to consider investigating a bit.
Perceive it or okay, yeah. So I'm at the top. Can I just roll a perception check?
Yep.
Or go ahead. Okay.
Does anyone have the ability to pot or stall time?
Did we talk to the coach or investigate the horse-drawn coach? Because maybe that could get us all the way up there fast.
The coach was iced into a giant ice pile. Right. Although it would be hilarious to see you guys try to get a wooden cart up an ice switchback. So you roll your perception check. Good enough. It's like there's a single guard. He seems sort of disinterested in his job. The gate is locked, but you think that some savvy rogue could probably make their way through. There's another guard sort of wandering around the grounds, but again, sort of wants to be warm, disinterested in really doing their job. You think you'd have a pretty clear path if you can get the team through the gate to the home.
Okay.
Looking backwards, it's maybe not as bad as you think. It looks like there may be ways to rope or foothold, or find ways to sort of get the team up. You also realize this was purposeful. There's a fly just like ruining my day. But this is purposeful. Like someone has clearly trying to keep people away from Scrooge's manor.
Alexandria, do you have a rope by any chance?
I have a lot of rope.
Yeah,
so
you can't actually talk to
rope?
Alexandria unless she comes back closer. And were you
No,
rolling?
but I was going to ask about the rope anyway. Can I tie the rope to like something at the top and like throw it down?
You how much rope do you have?
I have 50 feet of rope.
Here I am killing flies while we talk. Why are there flies this time of year? It is Christmas time. 50 feet will not be near enough rope.
Okay.
Does there appear to be anyone or anything in the area, the vicinity of where we are, that seems to be causing the ice?
It seems to have started up near Scrooge's manor.
Was there any
Okay.
other way to get around past the ice?
Not from where you're standing. You'd have to make it a little ways up, at least initially. And I will call out that at one point, Icarus did ask if there were lampposts, and there are.
All right, we're
does
wasting time, guys.
Does everyone have arrows? And if those arrows are strong enough, can we use them as like ice picks to like move us from lamp to lamp?
So no, I don't have arrows, but I think we're wasting time. Let's just try to climb up and get to the next. It seems like there may be a spot a little further up where we can continue on.
So Dinjarin plunges ahead. Roll an athletics check. You'll need a 12. You'll need a 12 or better. So, Dinjarin finds that with the right footing, it's slow moving, but he can indeed make his way up the ice. He does sort of some mental math, and with just his athletic ability alone, may not be enough. You may need some advantage. He thinks to himself. So maybe there was something to that rope idea. A combination.
So I'm gonna start flying back. I think my idea is because I can fly, maybe we can like attach the rope to like a crossbow bolt or like something that could be a pick, and then like put it in at different points along the switchback so that we could like help people climb up like bit by bit. So I'm gonna start flying back to the party.
All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do me a favor and roll an investigation check.
Okay. Not very smart.
Has the map changed to the manor? I still see us standing outside the apothecary.
This is all theater of the mind, and that was good enough, Alexandria. Yeah, you see that the combination of careful footing and binding rope to arrows or lampposts or whatever else, you guys can basically make your way up a switchback at a time. Your thought being, for every switchback, there's a place that you can sort of stop for a second, gather your rope, and then start the next leg of the journey. Your math says it's going to take you about 20 minutes to get to the top.
Okay.
I have 50 feet of rope. If we tie the two together, would it take us less time?
It would.
Yeah, I have rope as well.
Wait, yeah, let's
tie them all
pull our
together.
rope.
Well, hold on. So tell me the actual plan. So Alexandria, are you flying ahead and putting rope?
Okay, I am flying back. Can I roll a perception check to figure out, estimate how many feet of rope we would need to get up, to do the entire hill?
Sure. Good enough. You need around 1,000 feet of rope.
Oh god,
that's a lot.
Never mind.
Because this is like,
but I think
this is switchbacks, right?
We can still, okay.
But I think the
So I'll
more
fly
rope
back
we tie
then.
the more rope we tie together to do it, the less time it'll take. So because the less time you'll have to move the rope. So if you come back, we tie as much rope together as we can. We only have to move maybe a few times, right?
I'm heading back.
Let's do that. Hey guys, let's gather our rope, start tying it together, and then once Alexandria gets back, she could take ours, tie it to hers, fly up, stake it in, and we can start climbing up.
All right. So here's how this is going to work.
Well, it's all gone.
You're gonna do 3 athletics checks, and we're gonna do them one at a time. The only risk will be if you roll, like, let's assume you're being careful, and let's assume that Alexandria's rope, holding tight. And Alexandria, you do not have to roll diddly. good to go. The rest of you will have to roll. If you get a 1, that means that you slide back. All right? Just so you know. And then you're going to lose another, 5 or so minutes every time someone slides back. So, first set of switchbacks. I'm going to go ahead and roll. Go ahead.
Question on that. If we get a 1, if anyone gets a 1, the whole group slides back, or just that person?
Just that one person.
Okay.
But as Alex ran, as you guys, or whoever did the history check realized, you all need to be in the bedchamber. All right, so I'm requesting your roll. And now, athletics check.
Close.
Good news. So, there's definitely a have and have not set of people here from an athletics perspective, right? Alexandria, you don't actually need to roll, even though you killed. You fly. But for the rest of you, you guys see sort of Glory, sort of struggling to sort of make her way up the ice, but she gets there, right? It was no easy feat. But, you are a bit worried about Glory and surprisingly, Tyros and Tempe, your rogue you would think would be a little bit more swifter on foot, but I guess he's not a rogue on ice, so no future for him. One person did not roll. It was Stefanos. Oh wait, you did roll, and you're good to go. All right, so roll number 1. You guys made it without event. At this juncture, you do see there's an alley off to the right. That might be a shortcut up to Scrooge's manor. Dark, though.
I want to look further into this
high
alley.
Investigation. Yeah.
What's that? You want to do an investigation?
I'd like to look further into this
Be quick about it. We're running out of time.
All right. Roll a perception check, whoever wants to know. All right, good enough for both of you guys. Also good enough for you, Glory. So yeah, you see up the shortcut, sort of silhouetted at the end of it, seems to be a few thugs. You can't get a count on how many, and they seem to be, they see 2 barrels on their side. So you're sort of putting 2 and 2 together. That the shortcut. You could make quick work of you're outnumbering them clearly. If you can make quick work of the thugs, it may or may not save you some time depending on how much time to combat. But you do sort of question the barrels, sort of aimed at you down a pretty steep alleyway.
So I'm guessing they're more than likely going to use those to like Donkey Kong and try to knock us over.
Yeah, it's your classic Donkey Kong situation.
I say we continue up the hill. I feel like we probably don't want to spend spell slots and such on these big bosses.
The guards are disinterested. We could probably take them unawares. I say we try and climb some more.
As you guys are debating, you hear a single bell toll. It is 11:30.
All right, let's keep moving. All right, let's keep climbing. Athletics checks.
Athletics checks. Let me send that forward. So as you guys are moving slowly up the frozen road, near the summit, you're getting there. And you're reaching almost to the last of the switchbacks. Sort of the smooth surface gives way to a mess of ice that's consumed, like a rushing riverhead went around it. So let me request your athletics check roll, and go for it.
This time I found my footing.
Scores last time.
Yeah, and the fates so far are on your side, and you make your way. You make your way up this middle section, and as I mentioned, it starts to sort of ice sort of changes and doesn't necessarily require quite as much athleticism. All right, so you are now at the last set of switchbacks. Do you want to proceed? Anything you want to do?
Let's go.
Proceed.
Awesome. The time is 11:40. So let me request your roll. No one's gonna botch this, you guys. Come on, man. No nat ones. All right, we're missing a roll from. Oh, got it. And y'all killed it. So takes about 10 minutes. 11:50. As you haul yourself up the final stretch of the top of the hill, the ice abruptly gives way to paved stone once again. Standing before you and surrounding the manor is a 10-foot stone wall. Alexandria, you already know this. Half frozen, over in the bitter wind. You can see the stone path leading up to the front door of this large, through the large closed iron gate, set into the wall. Next to it, a single barred and shuttered window is cut in stone. Candlelight is streaming out between the cracks. So give me 1 second. Doop, doop. Here's the record. Here you are. You guys should be seeing the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So as you can see, there's some light sort of coming through this sort of window with some bars on it. This gate is pretty substantial. It doesn't seem like you're going to be able to break through it. And the walls are pretty high and covered in ice. It's going to be hard to sort of scale them without notice.
I fly over the gate.
Yeah. Why don't one of us should talk to the guard, distract him. Alexandria can fly over the top, bonk him in the head.
Okay, so you're gonna go.
Medicine.
All right. So who's
wow.
talking to him?
High charisma, high deception, high persuasion.
Mine are all +3s. I don't know what you guys have.
All right. So what do you guys want to do here? Who's going to talk to him?
Oh, you're muted.
I can. I have a +6.
I'm muted. Who's muted?
Sorry, I was
wait.
muted. I thought Alexandria was going to go over and bonk them on the head and open the gate from the other side.
But I heard that someone was going
No,
to
Guys,
so
we
distract
have
him.
to
with
distract him.
Distract.
Someone should talk to the guard.
No, I have a spell that makes a figure, so I can.
Excuse me, guard.
Yeah, one of us can just talk to the guard.
Guard.
All
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'll head over.
All right. So Dinjarin's, talking to the guard. So let's get into guard mode.
Hi. What are you doing in this dark, late, cold night?
We're weary travelers, and I actually have a couple of questions I was hoping you might be able to help me out with.
Help you? Let's not count on that yet. What do you need?
Well, one, I was curious, do you know what the airspeed of a laden swallow is?
What are they carrying?
Probably a twig.
What's the wind speed?
75?
Miles per hour? Kilometers per hour? I think you're wasting my time here.
Miles per hour, I believe.
You're not from around here, are you?
No, we're travelers. We were sent here looking for potential passage to Flan. The person who pointed us to the direction didn't know how to get back to Flan.
You are a long
So
way
they-
from Flan, son. And I encourage you to get back on the road. Have a good night.
Was that enough time for me to
So-
have gotten over?
So Alexandria, while this is happening, gently flies to the back of the, of the hut, hoping that the guard's not facing the door. You gingerly reach out for the doorknob and it's locked. You think to yourself, why would
All
a
right.
guard not lock their own door? Right. So The guardhouse is locked.
Wait,
she locked it?
It's 11:53.
Guard.
Aye.
Wait, okay.
I'm not
Can
gonna
I
make it.
just to understand the situation? Like, there's a gate. Like, so we were talking to the guard through the like slats in the gate.
Yeah. His job
Okay.
is to let people in or not. The gates are locked.
Guard.
Does he have a key on him?
Okay, so first off, roll.
We have money.
Sorry.
And we need to give it to Scrooge.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We have
roll
money and we need to give it directly to Scrooge.
What are we supposed to roll, Tommy?
First off, roll a perception check.
Okay.
You want to do a group one? It's up to you guys.
Sure.
Oh God.
Well, some of you already rolled, so I'll just go ahead and roll them manually this time because someone already rolled. It's a good thing. All right. Dinjarin, you're good to go. It's fine. So look, Dinjarin, you get you're not going to get past this guard. He's not going to let you in, right? You're sort of giving yourself away. He knows you want in, but he's turned his back to you. He's gone back to smoking his pipe and nodding off, right? Like he's done. He's sleepy and grumpy, right? Like as a guard, you want to be. Nothing you're going to say is going to convince this guy to let you in. But you do see that this is a 10-foot wall. It is slick with ice, but a good enough athletic check will get you over, right? You realize that as well, and especially if you have some, if one person can make it and you got some rope, that lowers the DC requirement, right? Also, if you guys have anyone who can pick locks, probably can pick the lock.
I can pick locks.
Yeah.
I am a master lock picker.
Well, then I need you to roll sleight of hand, if that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you guys okay with me sneaking up and trying to pick the lock?
Yeah.
Yes. Do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was a master lock picker.
So you see your mighty rogue like twiddling with the lock, and you're suddenly very anxious because minute is burnt up, no lock open. Another minute is burnt up.
Okay.
No lock open.
Should I use my?
Can I fly back and try too? Nope.
You're all
even worse.
No, actually, here's some irony.
Oh, okay.
First off, do you have thieves' tools?
Yes, I do.
So,
I was going to ask you about that. Should I roll my thieves' tools?
No, you should have a bonus in your sleight of hand.
Oh, okay.
So as Tyros is like trying to get the lock, and you guys are watching 2 minutes pass by. All of a sudden, Alexander just flies next to him, shoves him aside, and goes click, and the gate swings open.
Let's go. Run.
All right. So you guys run through the gate, right? And without buildings to buffer it, the bitter wind cuts through you as Scrooge's manor looms above. 3 stories of imposing stone and iron rest on the hill, towering over everything for miles. It's a grand building, but you cannot help but to notice it seems to be in disrepair. A few shingles are missing, and more than one window is boarded up. The only light coming from the manor is a soft glow from the 3rd floor. Does anyone have DC 14 insight passive? Or not passive. Does anyone can everyone roll an insight check for me?
Is that in the main or
Insight? It's under skills. God damn it.
Oh, holy smokes! Alexandria's got it good for you guys. So you notice a thin line of smoke coming from the chimney near the window. Most likely, someone has left a fire smoldering for warmth while they sleep. Your steps.
Do it.
And so as you make your way up, right, your steps echo on the hard stone floor of the entry hall as you finally leave behind the cold air and sluggish guards. Each sound you make is rebuked by the silence that hangs in the air and hovers over the worn carpet and old curtains. inside this manor, it feels as real as the dust that sits on the empty pedestals and unit lamps, and it reaches up the pillars that stretch above you, disappearing into the shadows. Boy, that was a run-on sentence. It creeps up the twin staircases, curling along the far side of the room, and languishes on the balcony. So you're on the ground floor.
Let's run up to that third
Yeah.
floor and get into the room. I mean, I think we got to hustle basically.
So you're at the
point.
as your foot lands on the first step, a bell toll shatters the silence. The church bells have begun to chime midnight. What do? You lurch up the stairs, 2 at a time.
Run.
The chimes racing with you. 11. On the balcony, a plain door sits to your right. And a hallway stretches out to the left. A tired patrolman's jaw drops at the sight of you, and he stammers for words. But before you is a flight of stairs leading to the 3rd floor. 10. So they're counting down. You charge up the flight of stairs. 9. Grabbing hold of the railing, you pivot your momentum up to the next flight, legs burning. 8. You arrive at the landing, breathing heavily. The floor is dark, and it clearly has had few visitors. 3 hallways stretch out before you. 2 outer hallways to the left are dark with dust in the floor. The 3rd, center hallway, has windows, a worn dark red carpet, and at the end you can see large double doors. 7. You race down the hallway, your legs pounding away at the carpet. 6. The hallway seems to stretch forever, keeping the door just outside your reach as you hear 5. You all slam into the doors, and they bulge under the sheer weight of your combined mass, but they throw you all back to the ground. They do not open.
Pick the lock.
Quick,
5
pick the lock.
seconds to pick the lock.
I'm going to take another
4.
attempt at picking the lock.
4.
You got it.
Scrambling for the doors, you search for a lock. There's no lock.
No.
Can I hammer the door open with my maul? Just bust it open?
Dinjarin's pushing against the door as hard as he can.
Wait, can he pull?
Slam it
pull
with
the
his
door.
maul.
Pull the door.
3. You
pull.
realize that the doors open outward.
Yeah. Good job.
Oh, done.
2. You drag you drag the doors open. 1. You throw yourselves over the threshold. The door slams shut behind you. You've made it to the room. So, as the last bell told you guys, you indeed made it to the bedchamber. Which I think makes this a pretty good place to end. Unless you guys want to go long. You are now
I just must
in the
point out
bedchamber of Scrooge.
that these doors had bad user experience. They didn't have a sign or any indicator
Fine,
as to which
man.
way to open them.
No bar.
Yeah, I mean, jeez. Ebenezer, come on.
Yeah. We'll talk to him about ADA when we pick up.
When we
next week.
continue.
All right, does that sound good? Like good stopping point?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Stopping
this is a
point.
good stopping point for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just realized I forgot to change the sound, so there's been birds chirping this whole time, which kind of is not the snowy experience that we should have had here. So imagine. Awesome, you guys.
It was pleasant, though.
So, you guys have figured it out, right? We're doing a Christmas Carol.
What?
Yeah, pick that up.
Your GM is, his last
I
name's
need
Carol.
him.
So,
This has been some good dialogue, Thomas.
so yeah,
Yeah.
full disclosure, I decided to do this last minute, so I pulled this together last night. Well, I couldn't sleep, and the goal here will be, this is what's called a sort of a one hit. It's meant to be played. You can play it in like 2 to 4 hours in one session, right? Not if it takes you 45 minutes to get up some ice, but this is not the Goblin Caves, so this should progress pretty quickly. So the idea here, you guys, is that over our next couple of sessions during the holiday season, we will be doing some Christmassy D&D.
That's
To
awesome.
be topical. So I think we're in a good place. I encourage you all to watch watch the 500 movie versions of Scrooged if you read the book.
Awesome.
you
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Thank you guys.
I'm going with the Bill Murray
Bye.
version.
Right.
Talk to you guys later.
Until the next
Thanks
time
so
on the
much.
Smite Force Chronicle. See you guys.